Good morning, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Conversation Dirty News. Glad you all could be with us. Well, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new week. It means it's a brand new opportunity for you to do something amazing, and it all begins today. Of course, you have news headlines coming up on this Monday. I have a message from my book, Words That Choose to Live By. If you have your copy of the book, we're in week number 20 this week. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you're part of my conversation with best-selling author Dr. Velma Bagby, discussing her year and the success of the Catch series. You don't want to miss that. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversation Dirty News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In international news, Blinken delivers some of the strongest U.S. public criticism of Israel's conduct of the war in Gaza, says the Associated Press. Secretary of State Antony Blinken on Sunday delivered some of the Biden administration's strongest public criticism yet of Israel's conduct of the war in Gaza, saying Israeli tactics have meant a horrible loss of life of innocent civilians, but failed to neutralize Hamas leaders and fighters and could drive a lasting insurgency. In a pair of TV interviews, Blinken underscored that the United States believe Israeli forces should get out of Gaza, but also is waiting to see credible plans from Israel for security and governance in the territory after the war. Hamas has re-emerged in parts of Gaza, Blinken said, and that heavy action by Israeli forces in the southern city of Rafah risks leaving America's closest Mideast ally holding the bag on an enduring insurgency. He said the United States has worked with Arab leaders and others for weeks on developing credible plans for security, for governance, for rebuilding in Gaza, but we haven't seen that come from Israel. We need to see that too, he said. Blinken also said that as Israel pushes deeper in Rafah in the south, where Israel says Hamas has 4 battalions and where more than 1 million civilians have massed, a military operation may have some initial success, but risk terrible harm to the population without solving a problem that both of us want to solve, which is making sure Hamas cannot again govern Gaza. Israel's conduct of the war, he said, has put the country on the trajectory potentially to inherit an insurgency with many armed Hamas left, or, if it leaves, a vacuum filled by chaos, filled by anarchy, and probably refilled by Hamas. We've been talking to them about a much better way of getting an enduring result, enduring security, he said. Blinken also echoed for the first time publicly by a U.S. official the findings of a new Biden administration report to Congress on Friday that said Israel's use of U.S.-provided weapons in Gaza likely violated international humanitarian law. In national news, small pro-Palestinian protests held Saturday as college commencements are held, says the Associated Press. Small pro-Palestinian protests popped up sporadically Saturday as colleges and universities from North Carolina to California held commencement ceremonies, including dozens of graduating students at Virginia Commonwealth University who walked out on an address by Governor Glenn Youngkin. While some of the estimated 100 students and family members who left during the Republican governor's speech showed support for Palestinians, others held signs signaling opposition to Youngkin's policy on education, according to WRIC-TV. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, a small group of demonstrators staged what appeared to be a silent protest during commencement at Camp Randall Stadium. A photo posted by the Wisconsin State Journal showed about 6 people walking through the rear of the stadium with 2 carrying a Palestinian flag. A spokesperson for campus police said the group, which he believed were students because they were wearing caps and gowns, was kind of guided out, but they left on their own. No arrests were made. In more national news, Michael Cohen, a challenging star witness in Donald Trump's hush money trial, says the Associated Press. He once said he would take a bullet for Donald Trump. Now Michael Cohen is prosecutors' biggest piece of legal ammunition in the former president's hush money trial. But if Trump's fixer-turned-foe is poised to offer jurors this week an insider's view of the dealings at the heart of the prosecution's case, he also is a challenging star witness as they come. There is his tortured history with Trump, for whom he served as personal attorney and problem zapper until his practices came under federal investigation that led to felony charges and prison for Cohen, but no charges against Trump by then in the White House. Cohen, who's expected to take the stand today, can address the jury as someone who has reckoned frankly with his own misdeeds and paid for them with his liberty. But jurors likely also will learn that the now disbarred lawyer has not only pleaded guilty to lying to Congress and a bank, but recently asserted under oath that he wasn't truthful even in admitting to some of those falsehoods. And finally, in entertainment news, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes reigns at the box office with $57 million opening. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes reigned over the weekend box office with a $57 million North American opening, according to studio estimates on Sunday, giving a needed surge to an uncertain season in theaters. The film from 20th Century Studios and Disney that built on the rebooted Apes trilogy of the 2010s had the third highest opening of the year after the $82 million debut of Dune Part 2 in early March and the $58 million domestic opening of Kung Fu Panda 4 a week later. That made the top 5 movies over the weekend. Number 1, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes with $57 million. Number 2, The Fall Guy with $14 million. Number 3, Challengers with $5 million. Number 4, Taro with $4 million. Number 5, Godzilla x Kong the New Empire with $3 million. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for a message from my book, Words That Choose to Live By. Enjoy. Good Monday, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb, and welcome to Words That Choose to Live By. Today, surround yourself with individuals that support your vision, who don't try to destroy what you are building. We all need someone. Just make sure that those who are with you are truly on your side, not just by your side. Have an amazing Monday. We are part of my conversation coming up with Dr. Velma Bagby in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Best-selling author Dr. Velma Bagby rejoined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about the success of the Catch series this year. Here's a bit of our conversation. Dr. Velma, always a pleasure to speak with you. Thanks again for stopping by.
Thank you, Cyrus. It's always a pleasure to have conversations with you. So I'm looking forward to this today.
I appreciate that. So you have definitely, you were just talking to me about doors opening. You definitely have had doors swinging wide open, for some time, but this year definitely has been busy. I know just from myself, in being able to watch you, you've been a part of 2 virtual conferences already this year. Released a new book in April. New products go along with your series. Talk to us about this experience, Dr. Velma, of not only being able to recognize the gifts that God has given you, but seeing the way that those gifts have opened up doors for you.
I think part of my journey involved accepting who God has called me to be, because sometimes we're operating in those gifts. We don't know that they're gifts. And sometimes we're learning about or growing those gifts, and we don't know how they're going to be used in the future. So my entire career was surrounding and involving, guiding and developing and coaching, except these were people looking for work. These were people I had to guide in careers and develop programs based on what they needed and what they needed to see. So all of that gifting was available then. It's just that God used that to sharpen those abilities and then now use them in the way that he's using them today. And that is as it relates to relationships.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'll be back to get on tomorrow's more news, a message from my book, Words That Choose to Live By, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's go make today amazing. Take care.